Let's talk about this more now with Congresswoman Laurel Lee, Republican from Florida, who's a member of the House Homeland Security Committee. Congresswoman, I know you were listening into those remarks, as I was in real time. They're talking about some sort of compromise here. Can compromise, be made if Republicans, don't get all of their border demands met in whatever this bill ends up looking like?
Well, I think it's important wherever we can to be working across the aisle and trying to craft bipartisan solutions. But what's important about border security is to remember first, the House did pass a border security bill in 2023 that would have reinstituted a number of very important things, including border wall construction, equipping the Border Patrol agents with the security and technology and resources that they need to do their jobs. And so we have been working in earnest trying to secure the border in Congress now for quite some time. The other thing that is really important to remember is that President Biden has tools at his disposal right now to curb the flow and really stop some of the damage that we're seeing down at the border. When we went down to Eagle Pass, a group of House Republicans, Border Patrol agents told us there that if he would simply reinstitute Remain in Mexico, which by executive order he suspended, that would reduce the flow by 70%. So a return back to the policies of President Trump would make enormous progress. And in the meantime, of course, some of the things that House Republicans have been focused on now for quite a long time, we know are important. And we're very glad to see that Democrats are waking up and recognizing that this isn't a Republican-Democrat problem. This is an American problem. And we want them to join with us to identify and actually support the solutions that we know are there.
You and I have talked on this program before about all the blue cities, that have been crying out for help for quite some time. It's not just the border states, the Texas, the Californias, the Arizonas anymore. It's blue states as well. I wanted also your take on that new Gallup poll that dropped this week. Immigration is now the top issue, which is interesting because for forever we were talking about economy leading the pack, economy now coming in third. What do you make of the timing of that, Congresswoman? I mean, it is March of 2024, 8 months to November, and immigration is now the top worry for American voters.
Well, as it should be. I think what we're seeing there is that the American people have really recognized the scale of this catastrophe. When we're talking about millions and millions of people, and also we heard in the lead-in, it's not just people crossing the border. It's deadly fentanyl. It's human trafficking. We have unaccompanied children who have been now lost to the interior of our country, in addition to people from the terror watch list. So I think it really has transcended now being a political issue, and Americans in every state, in every community, regardless of their party, recognize that this has gone beyond what we've seen in the past. This is now a critical threat to our national security. It's a critical threat to our infrastructure, to social services who cannot support this flood of people coming across our border. And law enforcement are very concerned about the potential consequences of this volume of people coming in when we don't know who they are, we don't know where they are, we don't know their intentions for our country. And so that's something that I think every candidate who's on the ballot this coming cycle is going to have to be ready to talk to voters about. And I will say, we've been working very hard to bring attention, to shine a light on this problem for Americans and to make sure that they understand the gravity and the magnitude of what's happening. And I think that's what those poll numbers reflect, is that Americans recognize what a serious issue this is.
Yeah, and we'll see if that holds for the next 8 months till November. Congresswoman Laurel Lee, thank you so much for your time this morning, as always. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.